We're here.
What up?
And I'm Blaq.
I'm the Beast.
And we have a guest, and that is
Lance.
Mr. Lance.
Yes.
Okay, today we're talking about the English vocabulary and cultural understanding. Maybe our cultural vocabulary. Cultural vocabulary.
But before you go there, Lance, please go ahead and give your legally required statement.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
None of these views and opinions or words or verbiage I'm going to use today is a reflection of my employment with the city of Dallas. Thank you.
Okay, sealed the deal. But what we've been talking about is the collective understanding of things and the confusion and mistranslation. Yes, maybe through gender, maybe through what's the word other than energy behind the what you said, the something, right? Like the term bitch, right? Or nigga, right?
Yeah, it's all in the context.
Right? That was the derogatory, but I'm gonna let these men speak their mind, and then I'm gonna come back and see if it's just derogatory.
I'm kind of what did I say this morning? I'm upset with the black women.
Yeah. Oh, you did.
I did say that. I said I was gonna go in today, but I'm gonna have some grace.
No, I want to know what happened.
It's just so. Of course, we made a video to kind of from TikTok, kind of bring it on our page, and to kind of bring up what our topic was today with vocabulary and just how people don't listen once they hear something that they don't like.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll the video. Just roll the video. We'll see.
What did you say?
Every time I turn around, I see a bitch on the internet talking about that dude broke. No, bitch, I ain't broke. You just don't financially turn me on. I'm not a sugar daddy, a goofy, a simp ass nigga, or a trick. But I'm willing to do everything that trick do. Every time I turn around, I see a bitch on the internet talking about that dude broke. No, bitch, I ain't broke. You just don't financially turn me on. I'm not a sugar daddy, a goofy, a simp ass nigga, or a trick. But I'm willing to do everything that trick do, everything a sugar daddy do, everything a simp ass nigga do if you give me a reason. You're not gonna walk in my life, bitch, and think that I'm supposed to do and treat you a certain way and you ain't doing that for me or you ain't gave me a reason. Fair exchange ain't no robbery, and I want to tell you this from my heart. You hear me? I want to tell you this from my heart. The best part of me, bitch, you gotta earn. This shit ain't free. I'm pressure. I might not be the most handsomest dude in the world. I might not be the richest or the freshest, baby, but I'm pressure.
Wait.
All right, go ahead. Handle your business.
I'm assuming you had women concerned about him saying bitch.
Man.
Right? But I'm not the only female. I don't know. Whatever. I'm here. I didn't feel a way. Did y'all feel a way? I felt as if I was talking amongst my friends and she was saying some real shit. And I said, yeah, bitch, I like that. Or yeah, bitch, cool. That's how I felt listening to him because he didn't say anything that offended me.
Mm.
So let me say, if you've had women that perhaps had a problem with the bitch, they probably was offended by the statement around the bitch.
No, because
what?
They
he wasn't
heard,
talking to anyone in particular, right?
Speaking in general.
He was speaking in general, but they heard what he said. Did they understand what he said? Absolutely not. You want to know why? Because the minute he said the word bitch, they were completely turned off. I had responses like, it was all cool till he said the word bitch. Well, he said the word bitch immediately when he came on. So that means you didn't hear anything else after that. Then I had one person say, well, what he said was cool, but why we got to be bitches? So here's my thing. So I went back and I made a post after the video to say exactly what I meant, which was, sometimes it's not all about what a person is saying. Sometimes it's about listening to what they're saying and getting a understanding of what they're saying. It's called maturity. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when people have a conversation with me, I'm not always in agreement with the verbiage that they're using. But what I do is I take their verbiage out and I put my verbiage in for what they're really trying to say. And then I say, you know what? Boom. Okay, bet. I can understand that. That's maturity. But if the minute I say something that you don't like, or it rubs you wrong, or It didn't make you feel comfortable, which is my favorite. I hate that so much.
That's what I was gonna say.
Then you're automatically turned off. But I can really be saying some good shit. Or I got a case for you. It could be a perfect scenario. Pastors in the church say stuff all the time. They say stuff across that pulpit all the time that offends somebody in that audience. All right? But it was a great message for what he was trying to say. But the minute you got offended, you immediately was turned off. So you didn't hear anything else. So then you go back and you'll post metaphor, you'll change the words up and say, well, pastor said A, B, C, D, E today. That ain't what he said. But what you did, you took his words out and put your words in to make it look like it was worse than what it really was, and it's not. And that's all you're doing there. Same concept, same exact concept. It's like everything is about the delivery. Do you know I can lie to you and bullshit you and have a great ass delivery? Do you know what I'm saying? But then I can tell you some real shit that'll really change your life, but it was fucked up the way I deliver it, but you just didn't want to receive it. Like that's fucked up. Like you got to be able to take the good with the bad. You got to be able to take it all. Sometimes it's not always about the delivery. Sometimes it's literally just about what the person is saying. I am a very openly aggressive person. Everything, when I say stuff, it seems like I'm yelling. I'm really not. It seems like I'm coming off very aggressive. I'm really not. This is who I am. But if you don't know me, then you'll never understand that side of me. I'm passionate about something that I'm talking about. That's just passion. But because people don't know how to cipher through, they just like, oh, that nigga too aggressive for me, man. I can't talk to him. I'm giving you some real shit, though.
Well, first and foremost, niggas ain't shit. But I love black men. See what y'all just did there? See how it all turned out. So I said niggas ain't shit. I heard you. But I love my black men. There was a message there. Yeah, but as soon as I had something to say, all of that adjusted as soon as I said niggas ain't shit. Y'all was concerned about what I was just finna say and my tone.
No. Yes. I wanted to know what you were saying after that. Niggas ain't shit was I ain't never heard it before. Yeah, I was about to agree with you. Yeah, I was like,
but that's the same energy around the board. People are gonna get offended by words, especially if they don't know what you're trying to say.
But it's how they respond to it that makes it a problem.
This is the gag. Everybody can't be the messenger. You know, I have very strong beef with the phrase, don't shoot the messenger, I shoot the motherfucking messenger. Especially if you're not the person I need to receive this message for.
How you know?
Let's say general.
Ooh, I want to go there with you today.
I'm putting on general.
Okay.
Check this out. A broke nigga can't talk to me about my finances.
Why not?
You just can't.
Why not?
You just can't talk to me.
What if he got a message in that moment?
His message in the moment is for another person that can allow him to be their message.
So only a rich motherfucker can tell you about your finances.
I got one.
Because I disagree with that.
It has to be a motherfucker opinion that I respect and I value.
Would you take sexual advice from a virgin?
What?
Would you take sexual advice from a virgin?
Absolutely not.
So that's why
I would absolutely not take sexual advice from a virgin. Because you have zero experience to tell me about it. Shit, you're gonna be making believe.
But that's not the same as a broke person talking to you about finance. He can come from you from this thing called experience.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So if he's listen to me, if he's coming to you and he's saying, sis, don't do this because this might mess you up. That's still taking advice.
Well, I'm seeing it as experience rather than he just broke. Because he's saying she's broke doesn't explain if he has experience with money or
broke is experience.
Because that could happen.
Like broke is a real experience.
You could just never have money.
You could have just never had money, or you could be just not using your money correctly in the right places. I don't feel like you should be my messenger, especially if you're in that same situation. It's different when you haven't had any elevation, but you're just stuck in your same situation. And let's categorize and frame the word broke in the way that I use it. Okay. You constantly mismanage your money, and you got money. You got a nice job. You can get a job, right? You can make money, and you mismanage it and use it, and you always stuck in your same space. So on the outside, if I didn't know you, you are not telling me that you're struggling, right? So how are you going to tell me how to spend my money and you spend your money wrong? And you're broke because you don't use your money appropriately. I don't want to take your advice. I don't find you a credible source. And if I don't find you a credible source, that doesn't make your message not valid. It just means that I'm not going to be receptive for it. And people nowadays want to be everybody messenger. Okay. For example, real life experience. I've seen this man 2 times, once in Kroger's and once in a Waffle House parking lot, trying to minister to me why I shouldn't be gay because he is no longer gay. And this stranger does not know me. Say, bro, you just not my messenger. You done had dick in your ass. You are not my messenger for this. I don't care who put it on your heart. I don't care if it was Jesus, Buddha, or everybody in between. You're not my messenger for me to receive this. Go and give that message to somebody else. Because what you saw was just someone that you assumed was gay, although he was black, that you assumed was gay, and you felt like, oh, let me just go say something to her because this is not my experience in life. Your experience in life is nothing but your experience in life. And when you choose to share those experiences, it's up to you to share it. It's not up to me to receive it. So yeah, if I don't like that it's coming from you, I don't have to take it.
Okay. So
I also don't have to give you my opinion about it.
I'm okay with, so I take everything with a grain of salt. I don't care whether you got the experience or you don't.
yeah, that's what
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my thing is,
on both y'all.
yeah, I'm listening to you, and I can have enough respect for you to listen to you, but that don't mean I gotta receive it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So first of all, in a parking lot, man, you can't come address me and have no random conversation. Anyway, that's something totally different. But if I'm having a conversation with my friend, but I know my friend is broke, we having this conversation, he's like, bro, I wouldn't do this because, you know what I'm saying, that's part of the reason why I got here. I could say, well, bro, I ain't you. But I also could say, you know what? Damn, he might got a point. I might not need to do it
Because
this
you
way.
respect him as the messenger.
I respect him as a person.
As
he's
your
somebody I
messenger
know.
for this.
True.
Everybody who gives you a message gonna be a person. Ain't no dog gonna come and say,
Right, let somebody go up
Shit,
here
my
and
dog
say,
talking.
hey, bro, you should make it where people can come in when they want to,
Like,
and you just pay them. And if somebody walk up and tell you that shit, you gonna tell them, boy, you get your ass on.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I use the
I'm
virgin
not doing the
example,
box.
because
Yeah.
it doesn't
everybody will
matter.
understand.
It doesn't
that.
matter if I know you or not, but if you do have experience in something and it's valid, I'll hear you out. So say you talk about finances, but you've been broke and I've never missed a payment a day in my life. I get a pink slip and I'm freaking out thinking it's the end of the world.
Right.
If you've been always good with your money and this never happened to you, you're not gonna be able to coach me through that. But
Right.
my broke ass homeboy gonna be like, bro, you got like 15 days, bro. They gonna send another notice,
Right.
stuff like that. All right, cool, I'm gonna hear you out. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, would I've
I
taken
get it,
advice
I get
for them
it now.
before? Probably not. But because you have experience with the pink slip,
I'm gonna talk to you.
I'm gonna talk to you.
That's why I had the framework.
I'm glad you did, 'cause that's why I was like,
what I'm looking at, and it's very like general. Like I'm speaking of just who I respect as the messenger. For example, my wife listens to affirmations every morning. Every morning she listens to them, and it's one particular person's voice. I ain't not even gonna say his name, but as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, I'm through hearing it. I don't want to hear no more. Because I don't respect this person as the messenger for this affirmation.
Understood.
And words of affirmation is my love language. So I kind of really dive
Understood.
deeply into
Understood.
it.
Understood.
I don't allow people
Shit,
to
I don't like
minister.
them either, but I like the message.
Right. So it's
And
but
see,
you
that's how I
can
am.
receive them as your messenger. You get what I'm saying?
But see, that's
for
how I
me,
am.
it's like
Sometimes
a
I can
hard
receive
cutoff.
a message
Even
from
if
somebody,
I don't
even
like
if I dislike them.
Yeah. No.
Even if, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If it resonates with me, it resonates.
And I can do
Right.
that if I respect you as a messenger. I don't gotta like you to feel like your thoughts and your feelings are valid. I gotta like you enough to give a fuck about what you're telling
but
me.
see, that's what I'm saying
Or not
about the
even like
video.
just
And that's what I'm saying
adhere to
about the
it.
video. Like, it's I get it that, hey, you don't like the words. But
Yeah.
understand what he's saying, because he's only, first of all, he's not talking about, he's talking about this, what he's talking about could go both ways. It didn't matter. It could have went women's side, it could have went a man's side. Of course, he's a man, so he's speaking from his experience. And then the second thing is he's really saying some really great stuff in it. He's really just saying that, hey, you basically at the end of the day, you don't financially turn me on. You know what I mean? So what that means is that, hey, it ain't all about just what you want. It's also about what I want. So, and a lot of times, basically in so many words, he was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like this chase thing goes both ways.
Right on.
That's basically what he's saying. And he's saying, hey, I'm worthy of this.
Mhm.
I'm pressure. I'm this, I'm that. You ain't the only one with these credentials. So if I was just looking at the guy and I was just like,
but the
I ain't even
women-
like the way he looked.
But wait.
I ain't even listen to him next. I don't even know the guy.
But hear me out. You even said that none of the women disagreed with what the man said. They didn't say he was wrong for what he said. What they said was all of that was cool, but why he had to use the word bitch. It didn't mean they didn't receive the message. They received the message, and I'm about to say you why I didn't like about the message. It's a flip side to everything.
Well, I think
it
you
wasn't
don't.
a disagreement.
I don't think you really received the message if the only thing you got out of it was bitch.
She didn't say the only thing she got
Some
out
of them
of it
did.
was bitch.
Some
That's
of-
how you
No,
receive their
They
message.
they stopped listening. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what he
The
said.
word bitch.
And that was
He
one
picked
of them,
specific
right?
ones that said, "Hey, once he said bitch, I
And then
clocked out."
another one that he also said was, she was like, everything was cool. This was the first one he said. Everything was cool, but why we gotta be bitches though? That was the first one that came out of his mouth. So I'm saying it's not everybody.
So if he
that
didn't,
receives
so
the same.
here's my thing about that. It's
I don't
like,
have a problem with the word bitches that he used. I don't have a problem with the words that he used. I don't even got a problem with what he said. Like, all that shit is valid. Like, yeah, know your worth, King. That's fine. Nobody's telling you not to know your worth. But one of the women that potentially would be his type, that he would probably be willing to be invested in, wouldn't be interested in him by using the terminology bitch. It just is what it is.
You might not even.
You
use
may
the word
miss your
to the woman
person
he's
too.
into, though.
Everybody talking about receive the delivery. You're just a fucked up deliverer too. Sometimes you gotta tweak that shit. Even you have tweaked the way you talk to certain people. You have. Bullshit, lies, and flies. Everything's necessary. It just is what it is. You're going to adjust. And the fact that you feel like people shouldn't adjust because they agree with certain things or allow other things to happen with another different person doesn't make it okay.
I adjust if I can sit back and have a self-reflection time for me. And maybe in that situation, this person identifies something that maybe I didn't know about myself. So I would give them the credit per se, but really the credit belongs to me because it took me to go back and really look at self.
And you can have that credit.
But the reality of the reality of it is like verbiage shouldn't always be, or tone shouldn't always be a shut off for every individual, because like real shit really happens in a person's tone or in a person's verbiage. It does not mean any disrespect by it. It does not mean any I'm angry at you, I want to do something to you by it. Like all of that stuff, it's just passion. But you got to know how to differentiate between a motherfucker that's really silly and a motherfucker that's really passionate. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that's some people, they just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's fine.
We're just picking off comments because once you said but, why he had to say the word bitch, once you put the but word in there, that's what we're focusing on. We said but. So you're right. We don't know if she received it or not.
Right.
We can't say she hasn't. We can't
Right.
say we can't. But now we probably gonna focus on the fact that now we got to address he said bitch instead of talking about what he said.
Mhm.
That's the issue that I get from
Because
that.
what he said is not a discussion. What he said is facts. What he said is law. Let's say
That go both ways.
It
No
goes
matter
both
how
ways.
you kick
What
it,
he said
it
was
goes
very
both ways.
truthful.
Exactly.
You take away everything.
But if you sit there
In
and go,
general, what he
why
said
we
is,
gotta be
I know my
bitches?
worth, and in order for you to access my worth, you got to show me what the fuck you're worth.
Facts.
That's what the man said.
Facts.
Like
In
that's
general.
what he said.
If he
Perfect.
said
That's
that,
what
it would be
perfectly
fine,
said.
right?
Back
But
in
it
her
wouldn't-
comment, but she
But
didn't
it wouldn't
kick
have
that.
got maybe it wouldn't have got the.
It wouldn't feel the same to you because you like the way he said and how he
No,
said
I don't necessarily. I like the aggression and the passion that comes
Exactly.
behind
I'm
it.
not
The
saying the word
words,
bitch.
yeah, the word
I'm
bitch,
just
it didn't
saying.
really matter to me. I can agree with the women that he could have used another word, but since he used that word, I'm cool with that. Whatever it took to get his,
But my thing is, shouldn't
whatever it
women
took
be
to get
cool
the
with
delivery.
word too?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the word bitch. We're the culture that has put money in people's pockets for the usage of that word. So
Right.
we gotta pick like what side we gonna fall on.
Mhm.
Because
And
you
that's
can't go why
What
he gotta
side you
say
gonna
why he say bitch.
understand?
And
Nobody
you cool
have
with
an
bitch.
issue. I feel like
Well, no,
just-
we're just focused on those few comments. You know,
Right.
there's a lot of comments that
Like-
was cool what he said, but we're just talking
it's
about
like what I said off camera. Everything floats and goes until you're offended.
Mhm.
So at the point that those women had decided they're offended, whether they really were or the fact that, because sometimes women like to argue for a name just to get it.
That shit
Tell
is
me
stupid.
about it.
We're gonna talk about that. Don't worry.
But,
That shit is stupid.
At the point a person offended, some shit just doesn't work for them no more. And at the point those women decided or actually were
I'm an offensive motherfucker.
offended, that's what came out of it.
But to me, that's a huge setback. So it could be one part maturity or ignorance at best.
Mhm.
Because regardless if you got offended by it, I'm in a profession where this tone shit is very important.
It is.
Because I have to tell you what to do, and I'm a licensed authority figure. And you could easily go, I don't like how you was talking to me. Well, I have to tell you what to do. And I came into this call going, ma'am, please be quiet. Ma'am, stop. If you don't sit down and shut the fuck up, why did I have to go there to you?
I agree with that.
Why did that have to happen? Oh, well, you could play back the camera. Yeah, you did tell me to be quiet a couple times. I was just so mad.
And then you get straight on the defense mode and want to report him and do all of this stuff because he told you shut the fuck up, but he asked you to be quiet 3 times.
It happens. It won't be one
that's
way. And
silly
I'm
to
tasked with taking control of the situation. Now, mind you, some people don't have the same dialect, man. and it happens. But some people only know this energy. So all the ma'am, sir, please didn't matter. When I was a teacher, it was the same thing. Hey, you guys, sit down. Come on now. Mr. D asked you to be quiet. Man, if y'all don't shut up, why I have to bring that energy out to get you guys to listen? If your mom and dad is talking to you like you're crazy and you don't like it, this goes into conditioning now. And I'm speaking to you like a human being, like a child, like an adult too, should to a child as a teacher, and you're dismissing it. I shouldn't have to rechannel you and tune you to get you to understand. Oh man, he's right. My parents do talk to me like I'm crazy, and I don't like that. I wish my mom and dad would to speak to me nicely. But this teacher's treating me right, and I'm acting a fool. What treatment do I require to listen? No, you require for me to act like your parents and say something crazy to you for you to go sit down and shut up. And I got to look down the hallway and see my ESL kids walking down the hallway like this, being quiet, because their parents condition them different. So therefore, they're going to listen to the teacher. Because if your parents telling you ain't got to listen to the teacher, what you think you're going to do? You're not going to listen. Right. And that's your first level of authority figure. And then you see me in law enforcement form. What you think you're going to do? Probably not going to listen. And this impacts all your conversations. Screw the authority part. You and I are talking right now, and you don't like being told what to do. If you don't like being told what to do, or you don't like my tone, or you don't like his aggressive tone, man, that's his tone. I don't like loud talking people. My mother-in-law, great woman, love her to death, high love energy, but she's very, very loud.
I feel you on that. I got a complex when people laugh real loud. It just makes me uncomfortable.
I don't get it, but nevertheless, loving person, I have to learn to adjust. Why did I have to learn? Because what was the message in this? She actually cares about me. She loves. She just loud as hell. Ooh, boy, I don't like being yelled at. So I will listen to you just to keep you from yelling. Once you start yelling at me, the first thing come out of my mouth, hey, bro, why are you yelling? Oh, man, I didn't know that's just me. Okay, my bad. Now that you let me know that's you, I can address it differently. I could have reacted like a fool and started fighting and yelling back. That's not productive.
Right.
So I think it's before it's even verbiage, I think it's tone.
Mm-hmm.
I think even in the video, bitch, I'm pressure. It wasn't the word that we were saying. It was the tone. The tone turned the women off. Honestly.
That's weird, because that's
it's the tone.
Bitch, I'm pressure. That was confidence. He was serious. To me, if you say bitch, I'm pressure, like I'm so aware
like
that I got
unless
this.
the woman was, this is my opinion, unless the woman that could have potentially been interested in this man found offense to this, then there's no reason for any woman to be offended by it.
Then let it go.
If I wasn't, like, he's talking to the next woman that stepped into his life. You get what I'm saying? He really is.
You can't say you pressure.
Hey, baby, I need you to watch this video real quick. You cool with all that? Like, cause bitch, I'm pressure. Like,
you can't.
Unless
say that
you had an
confidence.
interest in this man, you should not have been offended or felt the way.
So let me ask y'all this.
And that's why music is acceptable like that. Cause when he's saying bitch bend over and all that shit, unless you the bitch bending over, you shouldn't be offended.
And see, that's the thing. So here's my issue with it. It goes back to what we was talking about off camera. You three can call each other bitches all day long. But the minute one of us call you a bitch, it's over.
If you call me a bitch, I'll probably laugh. I was like, oh, that nigga said bitch. You heard him?
But you understand what I'm saying?
But you gotta understand, like, that's an allowance of you because of our relationship.
But that rapper can call you a bitch, hoe, bend over,
that rapper
suck this, suck that all day long. But you like that song?
He was saying
a song. It was in
But
general.
you like that song?
I like what dude said on the damn thing. Didn't mean
y'all
I'm
some
the bitch
special
that
women. But I'm talking about other
in general.
I'm talking about in
I
general.
don't take shit literally unless it's told to me directly.
Okay.
Period. And that's just it. I don't give energy to shit that doesn't
apply to you.
deserve it. You
I understand what you're saying.
But how
that sounds
good.
good. But how do I know that?
Call another woman
right.
bitch. Or in white culture, the C word.
I feel like,
you know, how do I know that?
How do you know that? We'll have to go with the general masses on this one. And the same thing that I could tell you is to not call a woman a bitch at all until you figure out if that's acceptable or not. Even with women culture, I am not receptive to a random female saying, "Hey, bitch," and you speaking to me. I would ignore you and still look at you
I like
directly.
double standards. I'm fine
Like,
with double standards.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not fine with double standards.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not a double standard.
It is.
It's not about the fact that us three have in common is that we women. What us three have in common is relationship. It's a difference. All women can't call all women bitches.
Mm-hmm.
All women can't do it. Like all men can't call all women bitches. You just can't. But me and my best friend, he was like, that bitch crazy. That's just it. That's me and my best friend, and he's a male, and he's allowed to do that. He's a heterosexual male.
Understood.
That's fine. He ain't about to call his wife or his fiance and be like, bitch, you crazy when she say a good joke. He's just not gonna do that because that's not the dynamic they have in their relationship. It's a permission.
But I'm saying why he couldn't. Why
He couldn't?
Why
Because
couldn't?
she would consider that disrespectful.
We have
Period.
a comment. She said the bitch word is like the word nigga. White folks
No, it's
can't
not.
call us
It
niggas.
is.
I don't even want to hear the rest of the
Men can't call
conversation.
It really,
us
see,
bitches.
how you
I'm
know.
not
But
going
see,
to.
look, you did.
But as
not
soon
the
as
same
you
thing.
heard
You said
something
I
you
am.
did not
I
like,
am. Because
you
it's
did
not
not
the
come
same.
with.
It
You
is
can't
the
receive
same.
the message because you
It's
said
not
something
the
you
same.
didn't like.
It-
Now you on camera did the same thing.
I know it.
I
that-
know what I
appreciate
did.
I appreciate his consistency.
I know it. I'm
Me,
a very consistent nigga.
You was a double.
I understand, and like I said, I'm with double standards, but I'm not trying to equate something to make it equal because anybody can be a bitch. Not everybody could be a nigga, and it's not an ERA thing. So I get it. It's
really
just not something
and
I'm
it
cool
is.
hearing, so I don't
Everyone
use it
could
a
be,
certain
well,
kind of way. That's
women,
just
yes. Men will call other men bitches. Men
Fighting.
will call women bitches.
Oh.
fighting.
You getting shot.
Regardless.
No,
it's still-
no. Because
Cool.
the bitch word is gonna have you fighting real
Okay.
quicker
I
than the
have
nigga
seen-
word. That's what
I
I'm
have
just saying.
seen men call each other like,
Heterosexual
no,
men?
watch out, heterosexual men. Cause that, watch out, bitch, like, and then they laughing. I be on the game system.
I was just
You
about to say, that
bullshit,
don't
you
count.
not.
That
Right.
don't
That
count.
But now,
No, it count. I just
but
don't
now,
do it.
it's the way the
It
energy is
counts.
contained. Like, move, bitch.
See that stuff.
And
I do hear her talking.
When you
I'm on
play
the
the
phone
game,
with grown ass men, and I'm like, move, bitch. When Call of Duty, Grand Theft, all that shit gets in the mix, it happens.
But
And
that's
it's
like
like,
a million playground.
no.
That's
Like,
just
yes,
not.
that's a familiar playground, and that's playing
But
PlayStation
that's
and
what
Xbox.
everyone.
Now,
I'm
I'm
saying,
talking
we
about
can-
face to-
we
I'm
can
talking about
call-
face to
we can
face.
call each other
I done
bitches
seen
because
a
we're
man
friends.
playing
Okay.
They can
basketball.
call each other bitches on there because that's a
No,
friendly
no.
playing ground.
All that part,
When
I
you
get.
guys amongst each other, y'all can talk about bitches. Men not call each other bitches, but
We
y'all
sure
can talk
will.
about bitches. Just
Sure
say the
will.
word bitch come up and it don't
Yes.
feel negative. If it's told to you, yeah, perhaps. Same with us. If we're saying it amongst each other, we don't feel away. If it's said to you by someone else, it's gonna feel away.
Yeah. Well,
It's just a familiar playing
It's
ground.
unfamiliar
I
because
get it.
even
but if you talk about sports context with guys,
sports
yeah, we gonna
context,
be like, get off me,
move,
bitch, and all that
like,
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
it happens
yes.
often.
You could still come up and be like, hey, we gonna keep it in this area. Outside of that, that's not gonna happen. If I'm upset if a woman did something crazy to me and I call her bitch, we understand that. But what's not gonna happen is I'm gonna be with a group of people where I'm saying bitch all the time. I refer to my mom or my sister, this,
Yeah.
that, and the other way. Nobody did anything to me, and I keep saying it too much. I'm not getting paid to say bitch. Somebody's gonna check me in God
Yeah.
world because we really don't allow each other to say.
But the
If
same
there's
thing
something you
happened
don't
in
like,
female
you
world.
shouldn't be saying. You shouldn't be using. And our coach
I
has
agree
a
with that.
horrible habit of talking about shit we don't like too much. You don't give something you don't like that much energy. I don't use it that much. I just know better. So if I say the word bitch, he knows some trifling shit has to happen beyond the point of whatever. Like that shit I told you last week. This bitch wouldn't leave. Why she wouldn't leave? That's another story. But he heard me say that. You heard it once. But the rest of the story, you heard me say lady, female, sister. You heard me say that. Why? Because I'm a respectful person. I don't put out disrespect. And also, I tend to stay away from people that's just how they roll. That's just their thing. But to the comment, I get it. And yes, it's like that. But I can assure you, you walk around saying bitch too much to the wrong person or the N-word, it's going to be a fight.
Absolutely.
If you call me a bitch and you're a woman, you're lucky because you're a woman. If you turn into a dude for 3 seconds, I'll give you that lights out action real quick. You cannot call me a bitch. It's not free. It's not nice. I just don't do it.
That's very well
She also
said.
said, "Don't call me nothing you wouldn't be comfortable calling your mama." That's her.
Well,
I mean,
then
that's
you eliminate all the words right there. But let's
Because
not.
you know what? Either way, the
That's-
derogatory terms is still an example of weak vocabulary.
There you go.
Because you got so many other words you can use,
Mhm.
but because we got a culture and we attach ourselves to things or try to make
She said you wouldn't call your mom.
Make,
Everybody when they walked across that
then
hallway
there
and said a
new-
negative word about their
a
mom. She better
new-
stop.
No lie. Don't let me be no punishment. Love you, mom. She be
a
watching.
new what the fuck I'm looking for? What the word I'm looking for? A new fucking
I'm blacked out.
Vernacular.
Let me get
He
back.
said he's still going.
Like we have our
Somebody
own
grab a comedy break beyond.
culture has created a language.
Yes.
And we have pulled things within our cultural language and grabbed a lot of derogatory terms. Nigga, bitch, hoe, fuck nigga, deadbeat. All these terms we've grabbed to be derogatory terms within our cultural
And
vocabulary.
we changed the
And
definition.
it's just weak. And it's honestly just weak because we got other terms, like you said, men adjusted and wanted to call girls queens, and that became.
Now they don't want to call it. They don't want to be called that no
That
more.
became unattractive.
How you doing, Queen? They
Because
don't even
the-
want to call that no more. It's like,
Because
oh my
it didn't
God.
have any
How you
respect
doing,
behind
bitch?
it as well.
Like,
And-
that's where I'm going to go.
Well, let me ask this: who's the better communicator, women or men?
I don't think it matters.
No,
Yeah,
they matter.
I don't know.
It does.
Somebody's going to say that they're better because statistically and genetically,
Somebody,
we're not.
yeah.
we
women
don't
say
develop
women, men are gonna
communication.
say men, but
No, men won't say that because we don't even develop communication as quick as girls.
We
do.
can't say something is
Yeah.
better that is also just an opinion.
But
get what
you
I'm
don't
saying?
know-
'Cause
no-
it's
we
not
don't know
measurable.
science to
the,
do that
the
for you.
shit is fucked up
So
regardless.
the
So
fact
who
that
would be a better communicator at expressing feelings?
a better communicator
Woman.
of expressing feelings.
A
Yes.
woman. A woman.
Come on.
Perhaps. What if
Come
he has
on.
emotional intelligence?
We're not talking about the small few guys that do. We're talking about in large.
But what does that mean about our conversation, our
A lot.
communication?
A lot because women are you guys have the larger talk energy. Period. That's not a bad thing. It's just when it comes down to communication, guys
So
will say
you
the same
saying
thing.
women pick these words for our vocabulary?
No, it's these.
they don't.
He's in a whole
No.
other conversation.
Because women haven't made any fucking rule.
I'm getting there.
Period.
But at the end of the day, we have to engage. And if you
Men
got,
I thought- I
has made
don't-
every structure, every
don't-
fucking rule, everything.
Yeah.
All
I
the
don't
world is created
equate
by men.
though
That's
For
true.
men, how men?
derogatory
No, I wouldn't
words
say
as
that.
a weak vocabulary though. I don't.
You wouldn't
I
classify
wouldn't
derogatory
classify
terms?
derogatory
I do.
terms
I do.
or wait, derogatory but not
If
negative.
that's all
right?
you use,
All
that
right,
is
wait.
a weak vocabulary.
If that's all you're capable of using, that's a weak vocabulary. But
half
if you
of
had
us-
options to use and pick and choose which one you can use because you can actually use these correctly,
What do black folks do?
That's
We
not
use the
necessarily
what? We
derogatory.
use, what do black people do? We do the what?
what?
Whatever's safe. Guess what's safe? Derogatory words.
I wouldn't
It's very
put
true.
all of those.
Especially when we're
together.
talking amongst each other. Oh, but when you get around a white person, oh, you got all the vocabulary in the fucking world.
Yeah,
They don't. They got a
Dictionary.
different change of tone, but they still saying the same.
Yeah, but
basic
that's
shit,
the
honestly.
issue. Is the tone. We going right back to what I said from the jump.
You're saying the
But-
same thing a different way.
Yes, that's all you do.
I get that. I don't disagree with that, but having the option makes it a strong vocabulary. But we're saying, I'm trying to clarify something.
Okay.
Derogatory, not negative.
Right.
Differences, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Never mind. I
Agree
renege.
with that. Agree with
I
that.
renege.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like certain
I
things.
can
is
agree
just-
with derogatory terms. Then let me clear for the camera. I can agree with derogatory terms being a weak vocabulary. I won't agree with a negative term being weak vocabulary because I feel like they're necessary.
I understand
Hmm.
that.
Push play.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I understand that. But
Yeah.
ultimately, as adults, you have to know how to communicate and you also need to know how to comprehend. If you can diffuse the difference of the two, then that's really your understanding of vocabulary.
Mhm.
You know, not everybody is out to hurt you, and not everybody's the fucking your friend. You know, but so whatever you allow people to say to you or how they converse with you, that's between you. I teach people how to treat me. Period. Hey, no, we can't do that. You don't know how what's gonna tick me. What I do, you don't know what's gonna make me uncomfortable, but I do. So I just immediately, hey, oh no, that's not gonna work, sweetheart. And you can stop talking to me there. We can move forward, but I'm gonna adjust you. I'm gonna correct you immediately.
So the question.
Black people
preference-
don't,
yeah,
black people don't
preference,
like
right or
being
wrong.
corrected.
They don't. I
Black
had a
people
woman-
don't
That's what I was
I
getting
had
from
a lady
that.
the
Yeah,
other
because
day.
like you didn't like that word, but do you have an issue with what he said? And if you had an issue with what he said, do you want to change? And if
Black,
you don't want to change, then you don't want to be corrected.
Black people don't
I just
like
want
to
to
be
be
corrected.
with. I just want to
people
talk to you.
don't
And you
like to be
spend money,
corrected.
no matter
Like this
what.
is my rule. And then you come here and do something else, and I gotta correct you to adjust you to the rule. You don't like that.
right.
You know,
Black
that's
people
the
don't
whole
like to be
issue for me.
corrected. And that will go back
It's not a like factor.
also with accountability.
Yeah,
To be
it does.
corrected and be okay with being corrected, you're being accountable. With
I've
the fact
always
that you did
said black
something
people
wrong.
are the worst with being
But then
accountable.
it turns into no.
I've
I
always
don't
said-
mind being
Yeah.
corrected. It's how you went about it.
No,
I yelled at you the
that's
same way I
bullshit.
yelled at the last fool.
Yeah.
Like
And you can
everybody
say
getting it
that,
the same
like,
way.
once
Everything
you hold
is a
your
tone thing.
accountability, but I feel like once I have held the accountability of my part, and I done sat on it, marinated. Why I can't hold you accountable for the part that I didn't like? Like, why isn't that something okay? By you saying like, if your rule is no shoes in the gym, and let's say it's a random Tuesday and I forgot, and I walk in your gym with shoes on, right? And you're like, didn't I say no fucking shoes in my gym? Okay, but you can also say, didn't I say no shoes in my gym? Both will be received the same, right? But one, after I take my motherfucking shoes off, I can then say to you, my bad for wearing shoes in your gym, but you didn't have to talk to me in that.
Got one for you.
Why isn't that okay? Just
No.
answer that one. Why wouldn't that be okay?
It
for
wouldn't.
Me to have
It
that
would be.
exchange with you?
It would be fine.
That would be fine.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you a perfect example because it's real life. Because now all of my clients have been adjusted to who I am.
Mm-hmm.
When I talk to them like this, they don't receive shit. I have to talk to you like this because that's what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Going back to what Blaq said, now I've made you adjust to me. So now I can't go back to being, hey, how you doing? No, grab those 20s for me. Hey, grab them 20s right there. I gotta talk like that. Because if I don't talk like that,
I gotta treat you
regular
like
and be like,
exactly.
Go ahead, grab them 20s for me. Say, oh, go ahead and grab.
And you know what they do? They stand right there and they be like, damn, what you say? Bro, go grab them 20s right there.
You be loud in here, dog. You gotta yell.
Like,
I get your
come on,
point,
man.
but it's like, hey, if that was
So
first case, if that was
circumstantial.
first case scenario, then yes, because every part of this is one part circumstantial and causality. Hey man, I'm not having a bad day. You come in here with these shoes. Like, what the fuck? Hey, move your shoes. Culture wise, we've gotten comfortable speaking to each other a certain kind of way, and we just need to balance it out so nobody will feel disrespected. Because once we say whatever we want, then have whatever we want type of feelings, how are we gonna correct it and respond to it?
But
we like to test each other though. And I can't stand that shit. Like you push yourself to this line, and then when I go off, now I'm in the wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'll come to the shop. Hey, don't let your baby run around the shop. All right, next week. Hey, don't let your baby run around the shop. All right, next week. Hey, you and your baby gotta go. You see what I'm saying? Oh dang, but I've asked you for 3 weeks.
yeah,
And they'll take that as leniency. Well, you let me do it last week.
Now you want to go get me a bad review. Now you want to do all. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like we fight each other, and it's like you're fighting on.
Find you to do what's right.
Yeah, like it's damn. It's one. It's a
Buddy,
simple
they
rule.
didn't give you no nice reviews when shit was all good.
Yeah.
But you got all the energy in the world
To give me a bad review.
yeah.
That's the way we do black restaurants. That's the way we do each other.
Shit, that's how we even do our children.
Yeah.
As soon as they get a D on their report card.
But
oh,
you didn't
wanna
praise me
move
when I
back?
had
Where
that.
was
Bro.
you?
But when I had that B and that A, oh, you supposed to do that. We do all the time.
Oh,
I get it because I
reward.
work at a library. And I'm telling you, you can't sleep in here. You can't sleep in here. You can't sleep in here. You need to leave for the day. Man, it's 100-some degrees outside. Why you didn't think about that the last 3 times I asked you not to sleep in here? I say even try. As soon as I walk away, you back knocked out. You just like, yeah, and trying to dismiss me. But now you gotta fucking go. And you ain't got nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
This is your day shelter.
Better crack a book in here or something.
It's
bro.
every day, all day. I'm babysitting adults. So I definitely understand
Love.
the fact of that. And it is about how you say, but my hey, you gotta leave for the day. It's the same energy I'm putting behind the you gotta wake up, you gotta wake up, you gotta wake up. What you heard was my change in action. And sometimes that can be perceptive.
And my
too.
change in tone.
I never change my tone though. I can't because I have to remain professional at all times.
You can have a different tone being professional.
You can. It'd be a little bit more stern.
There you go.
There you
You
go.
know,
'Cause
even
I
my
have to
verbiage.
stay stern, but I
But I don't gotta like
I don't have a
go in
monotone
different
voice.
octaves.
and-
octaves.
Since I don't like to be yelled at, I generally don't yell. So if I do, you catch me in the car and I start yelling, it's because traffic and loud
Yeah.
noise. If I am yelling and we're in close quarters, I'm probably gonna take your ass to jail.
Yeah.
Not because I'm mad or pissed off, because I probably gave you this much room.
I get it, especially with you where your bass tone is, it makes sense to me. Like I have a high pitched tone voice. The louder I get, the more it cracks. And the less I feel like I sound silly, like a motherfucking Muppet or something. Then I'm offended that you done made my voice rise to this.
It's like the
We gotta
clip
tussle.
for the nice lady in Atlanta when the guy came and busted him at the park, and everybody was like, "Oh man, he shouldn't have did her like that." Well, it's Atlanta, man, and just because you don't know the rules or you didn't know no shoes, and he
Right.
say something to you, don't mean they didn't exist because you don't know. It don't matter if you from
Mhm.
out of town or not. Hey, look, you here? Honestly, come on, let's be honest. It's nighttime. You in the park bumping music by yourself. Ooh, that's textbook. That's high school shit. What
Yeah.
you doing? We grown. Get your ass a hotel. Quit playing. But let's move on. My guy come out. Hey, you came in the park. I'm gonna scratch you the citation. If you don't sign, you go to jail. The dude had no problem. Cool. The lady was like, "Why?" Well, these are the rules. These are the rules. Well, I didn't know. Okay, that's fine. Well, this sign this. It's not an admission or anything. It's just a citation. You good. But if you don't sign it though, I'm gonna have to take you in. What's your name? You had to do name. Next thing you know, the tone changed now because you said no. Okay, cool. Well, turn around. Now you gotta go. Well, I'll sign it. No, don't change it now. Not that you say I'm serious, like you said. Try it. Now you didn't get upset or nothing. Once you give me what you gonna do, now I gotta respond to you now. It's all on footage. Everybody saw the whole thing. Now she on the ground. Now like, mind you, trying to arrest somebody don't want to be arrested. It doesn't look good.
Yeah,
It
never looks good.
It never looks good. Even if I'm in the right, it just don't look good. It's like a fight. There's no such thing as a purity fight. Don't let these movies fool you.
Yeah.
These punches don't look that good when you get hit. There's no timing for a punch. It is, do I have a window to punch the hell out your ass or not? And it just don't look good. All fights are ugly. The only time it look good is when you have a clear, stronger, superior fighter or winner. If I have control of the situation, it's good if I put you in cuffs. But once you decide to fight me, no matter how strong you are, no matter how strong I am, I could best you and be stronger than you. Once you do this, you can't pull out of this. You got to fight tough, not assist on the ground, yelling. And at the end of the day, what happened? She tried him. She kept going back and forth. He said what he was going to do. He said what the response was. How you have two people who've heard the same information but got two different outcomes.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Tone, he gave the stronger tone. She knew he was serious from jump. How could his tone be any different than the tone he used with the dude that was there? He used the exact same tone. Her response was what she wanted to do. Then it became a feelings thing. Then it became a use of force issue.
Emotional.
It's like emotions is run amok now in our community to the point where my emotions is more important than my reality. Your reality is reality. Everybody think reality changes when they oh, I was mad that day. Well, bro, no offense. I care about you because you're my friend, but you look real bad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look good. You was yelling at people.
Angry every day.
Yeah, it's like
You
what day you not angry?
Yeah, right.
But because you angry, we supposed to walk around. I grew up in a house like that. Hey man, your mama coming home, she mad. But today's a good day. It don't matter, bro. Fuck it. Everybody be quiet. And that you grow into that, and that's your condition. So what you think we're dealing with now? Emotional people.
Yeah.
All day long. Everything is an emotion. So I got an attitude with you because of my emotions. I don't have nothing to do with anything that has transpired with you and I. But now I'm going to take it out on the next individual that does what? Tries me.
Yeah.
So I'm mad at this individual.
And we'll make it a trying you.
I am mad at this person over here, but I'm not going to really express what I want to express to the person that I'm really mad at.
Right.
But the next person, I don't give a damn if it was your dog, if it was your daughter, your son, your mama, your cousin. Now you want to get into it with this person, but you ain't even mad at this person. You really mad at this person, but was scared to try them.
There you go. I was about to say, you think
you scared to try them.
If somebody else that's weaker, you think that you could go bully it. You gonna do it all day.
We have a response to the story you brought up. She said, yes, she brought that on herself. She thought she was going to be woke and was totally in the wrong and looked stupid because he told her several times.
Yeah, but the reality of it is we do that every day to each other. Every day.
Now, mind you, they chopped up the video and everybody saw it the way they wanted to perceive it and let their emotions run them up. So therefore, this dude is looking like, hey, they're going to have to put me behind the desk now. Now, mind you, I'm not just looking out this law enforcement thing. I'm just using for an example for the conversation how two black people, a male and female, heard the same thing at the same time, at the same tone, and we got two different responses.
But that goes back to what I was saying to Dion earlier, that some women like to argue without even having a cause.
And some women just too
Whoa,
emotional.
man, I missed that. I would agree with you. What the heck?
And some women just are too emotional. Some women are just too emotional. They wear everything is emotional with them. How they make decisions, how they react to stuff, how they handle their life.
Yes.
It's all emotional. So how can you live a functional life when everything you do is out of an emotion? It's impossible to do. This is why I've always said men are logical, women are emotional. Now, every woman is not completely emotional, but you are emotional. Every man is logical, but we have emotions as well. Some men do act. We say that, and I'm going there. Some men act like bitches. We say that. We do say that.
It's horrible.
We do say that. But what I'm learning how to do is how to change that. Because even myself, I'm thinking when I really process that, just listening to this conversation, when I say men act like bitches, I'm not only calling him a bitch, I'm really calling women bitches too. You see what I'm saying? So I even myself have to fix that. So we have to find another way
We gotta find other words
to call them what they really are.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But the reality of it is that women are emotional off the deep end. It's like sink or swim. She was willing to push that cop at that moment to the brink, and then wanted to try to get super emotional after you finna get arrested. When all of this could have been avoided. You see what I'm saying? If you would have just did what? Follow the rules. Why do we push to the grain? It's a question, but I know we'll never get an answer to it. But why do the black people push shit? We push shit to get to the wall. And then when we get to the wall, we act like we all brand new. Well, I didn't know well, no, I don't want, no. I give you another case. When men act like they super hard till another nigga pull out a gun on them. You super hard, you want to box, you want to talk shit, you want to do all of that. But when that other cat pull that gun out, it's like, oh shit, man. Nah, man, I was just shrub playing, bro. Nah, man, it's all good, man. We good. No, talk that shit now. Because I don't change my tone. Whether you going with your hands or whether you pulling out a gun, my tone ain't gonna change. But you have guys that's like that. Gun get involved. Where we go? Back to that tone.
Oh,
well, you know. No. Let's talk about it. No.
Do it.
What we finna talk about now? We was just talking, and I tried to talk to you, but then I pulled this gun out. Now we got to really. Now you want to talk? No, I don't want to talk no more.
Like, put that shit down. Let's see these hands.
Yeah, like
you got to take it there.
Yeah,
that's the real energy, but you don't dial it back.
It's the weird part of it. Is like, why do we push each other to those brinks, to those points, to those grains, and then when it get real, then you change it, and nothing can get changed when shit get real.
Yeah,
it is what it is in that moment.
That's fucking reality.
Yeah,
You
reality.
just don't have the same confidence as you had before.
Why
Once you
wouldn't you?
become afraid, because you ain't afraid then. When they were originally was having a conversation, it was an even playing field. We was fine.
scientifically, fear introduces a chemical imbalance.
So once fear get introduced, I don't no longer have the same confidence to approach you. That's
fight or flight after that.
I got a gun on my hip. I'm going back to this example because it was a great example. I got a gun on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to this man, giving him this information. He said, all right, cool, bet, I understand. Because he understands I got a gun on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving you the reality. Was they black?
Yep.
Okay, he understands. He's a black person. He got a gun on his
Everybody in this story is black.
His situation is totally different
Damn,
from
the
hers.
costume.
Yep, the cop is black.
So then when I get to this woman, she realizes that I have a gun on my hip. She realizes that I have handcuffs. For some reason, because she's a woman, she feels like she can talk her way out of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down
She
to.
thought she was gonna talk her way out of it.
She tried it.
She tried
She
it.
literally was
Yeah.
trying to the getting his
She
name,
felt like in
acting
that moment,
acting
she
like
could
he
get
didn't
away
give
with
his
it if she
name.
talked her way out of it.
Like the dude gave her this badge number and name. What is it? What is it again? And he's like, I already gave it to you like 3 times. I'm not gonna give it to you no more now. He just kept going. No, like this happened a lot with folks that get down like that. Even when Sandra Bland's situation happened, that cop was not used to no form of being spoken to the way that sister spoke to him before they got into it. Now, mind you, everything she said was right. Hey, I pulled over because I thought you was trying to get the car in front of me. Oh, put your cigarette out. My cigarette not bothering you. Like, it's in my car. Like, everything she was saying was right. For some strange reason, he wasn't used to that type of energy. You know what? Get out the car. I'm like, for what? Just write me a ticket. Just write me a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different situation where it escalated, where she was trying to talk out of it. She was just being mouthy. He lost his cool, and it ended bad for everybody. This particular story, from the time he told her to the time she ended up on the floor, now mind you, legally in most force continuums, he was open up to unleash a serious beatdown on her. Because as soon as you tug away from me or something like that, or put up any form of resistance, I'm open up to free strikes. Oh, he pulled out his taser. You pulled away from him trying to arrest you, I'm open up to tase you. He didn't do any of that stuff. And all she had to do was just, all right, my bad. Nope, not only did she made up her mind mentally and verbally, she also made up her mind physically. Look, I ain't putting up with this shit, I ain't listening. And that's bad. And that's the sad thing, because it's just that easy to go with the flow. When there's a time to fight back, there is. Do it. But you got to be willing to accept the consequences, all of it. I might die. I might get higher charges. Am I going to plead guilty? If your mind don't go that far, you start changing yourself. She didn't think that far. She just figured, hey, look, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of it. Nah, man, if this dude pulled your ass over at night and he the only unit, I did deep nights. Yeah, you going to get that ticket down. Because we could have easily just been like this. Somebody in the park again. He probably passed by twice, giving them the benefit of the doubt to leave.
Go ahead and
Probably
go.
threw his lights on for a hot
Yes,
second.
why?
Right,
Because once we catch you in the park, you're so guilty, you can't win. Glendale Park. How many times I done busted fools doing shit they ain't got no business in Glendale Park? It's embarrassing. And they be grown too. And I like to have some grown pride and swag to say, hey, I'm a little above late night park fucking. But hey, dog, you so busted, I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Put your pants back on. You know, I don't even want to give you a ticket because I know what you just got finished touching. So with that being said, if I catch you in this park again, it's a wrap. And that's when the Cliff Club was still in business. I mean, women I was busting that had no business to be in no clip, but their IDs will say Frisco. You drove all the way down here to get banged in a park? The hell? Hey, that's embarrassing. Come on, and the dude in the cut like,
Yeah,
bro,
good,
get this
bro.
ticket, man. Now, mind you know that street. Any one of you guys? Oh, sorry. You know that street. You pass by Glendale Park on both sides. You can see a damn car off the moonlight reflecting off that paint job. You're busted. We got you. For me to pull in, there's only one way out. Everybody that gets busted over there at least do this. My bad. The ones that don't know say the same thing she said. Oh, I didn't know. The first thing I go is, how could you not? Did they park at the park in Frisco? No. Man, get your ass out of my park, dog. I drove by here twice and turned the lights on. Y'all was too busy fucking to realize that was the warning sign. Now I gotta come say something to you. Why? Because I got people that live here that give a fuck. And they actually don't like that shit. They probably did it when they was in AA, but now they grown. Now they in that get off my lawn stage.
Yeah.
They got people fucking up the park again. And they don't even want you to get a ticket. They just want you to leave because they know if they allow this, teenagers don't do it. And when teenagers do shit, teenagers mess up everything.
Yeah,
now you got gunshots. Now you got people driving from Glendale Park. Now they drove into the creek ravine. Why? Because they teenagers. They don't know me better. Hey, we stuck. Hey, go shit you not. Here comes Lance.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what y'all doing out here? I ain't gonna lie. So I was trying to have sex with her. Bro, I got all this parking lot back here. You could have got 15 minutes in with no problem. But you decide to drive into the levee, into the creek ravine, and can't get out. My bad. You gonna tell my parents? Yes. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write you the ticket. Telling your parents is more than enough because why? I gotta tow their car out of here now.
Yeah.
Rules everywhere. Nobody won't listen. When you say something to them, it's funny the ones that go yes, and it's always the ones that say, well, I shouldn't get this punishment because I didn't know.
Yeah, well.
You don't have to know rules. You just need to know that there are some. I don't necessarily. We don't know all of the rules in the United States of America.
Oh man, it's almost impossible.
But we know there are some, and we know if we do this, we know selling dope on the corner up here ain't right. Like, goddamn picking up a woman off Harry Hines ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like to say I didn't know is like saying I didn't care. To me,
You didn't care to know.
there you go. You didn't care to know.
So if you already sneaking, you sneaking already. So you had to know something. Like, think about this. You sneaking to do something.
Like, you sneaking and you didn't know you were gonna get caught. That's
like,
what it is. No, you didn't know.
I get it if you thought you can get away, but man, some folks say, if you're not bold, you got to tell me. You just say, man, I'm dumb, dog. I had a dumb moment. I thought I can get this sneaky link in.
No one do anything that they don't think they can get away with.
Man,
There's nothing wrong being spontaneous, but your ass
like,
better be aware.
Yeah, you got to be like this.
You better be aware.
Hey, we get caught. Let's just take the ticket. I got the dollars for it. You got to have bread. You have to have money and be in shape to recover from a financial or physical fuck up. I went hiking and I want to tell it to the lady that I got lost. We got lost, dog. We got lost. When I say we got lost, you saw the photos. I'm up in Arizona and I'm like, cool. If it wasn't for me kicking with my man right here and getting in shape and getting his knee back, I kid you not, I wouldn't have made it 2 miles back to the trail because I was 5 miles out of the way. I had to walk, jog, found a park ranger and say, hey, man, I'm lost. Can you get us back? He goes, you been out here the whole time? I go, yeah. It wasn't a pride issue. I misread the map. He go, well, yeah. I say, I know, but can you give me a ride? He said, man, you must be in shape, bro, because somebody else just passed out a minute ago and they had no condition or whatever to get back. You have to be in shape and have money to recover from your fuck ups. You can't fuck up for free no more in this new world.
No.
It's just not happening. And the lady I was with was 50 years old. She looked at me because she was in shape. And she was like, man, I'm glad you're in shape. I ain't gonna lie. That other lady looked like she's about to die. She just got out the parking lot. Out of shape. Literally. Breathing all heavy. Mind you, when I say we was hiking, we was doing real hiking. Not that Cedar, no disrespect to the Cedar Hill Preserve.
Cedar Ridge.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about like lift your knee, climb this rock, come down this creek ravine. Oh yeah, that is bear shit right there. Like serious ass in the mountains.
He said, nah.
Okay, high elevation, literally in dry heat temperatures. All this to catch folks sitting here going, oh man, it's not a big deal. I could come in here with my little Lululemon tights and my flip flops. All right, bro. All right, we're gonna see how this gonna plan
out. My feet will be barking. That's the first thing.
You gotta be prepared for the fuck up. Like you don't go hiking because or anything in life you decide. Don't just do it because it's cute. Like, don't get me wrong, the photos look real good, but you don't know no part of the struggle that took place. How much, like the fear of falling.
They would have had to confine me.
I would have battled out of
Like,
that.
they coming, baby. Don't worry. They gotta come. They gotta walk the park.
That's the next day.
No, they checked the footage. They went in, but they sure didn't come out. Like, literally, like stay on the trail. Like you have
They
to
coming, baby. Hold up.
Like, good luck to folks that do
That's
stuff
the
like this
next
without
day.
health insurance, because trust me, you're always an injury away. But if you do things, and it's one thing to be fearless, but to be stupid is not the same.
True.
Like, hey, look, I know I'm brave. I'll never say I'm fearless. No, I'm just brave. I know how to respond to fear. But trust me, every time I got too close to that ledge, it's like, damn, it could all end. If I just come right here, and I gotta think, why did I want to do this? What was I thinking?
That's one of the worst
It's
deaths.
fucked up that I can actually see.
I can
this
see
the way
it.
that I see this thing like.
That's
The
one of the
fear's
worst
still in his
deaths.
eyes.
'Cause you thinking about your whole life as you
Yeah,
go down.
it's like,
No, we good.
It's all right. But like, when I'm dealing with folks, even in my personal life, it's like, you really went to go do something. Nobody's ever prepared. You could be ready. You never really prepared, but you went, did this, and now something bad has happened, and there's no way we're going to recover from this.
Yeah.
At all. And it started simple as communication and knowing better.
Yeah.
Don't want to know. I can't help you.
Yeah, I think we just collective make dumb decisions.
Which is fine. That's fine. You go catch L's, growing and learning.
Mhm.
If I went back with the knowledge I have in my 20-year-old self, I would hate it, but
Yeah.
I would have avoided a lot of issues.
We can't. In 2022, you can't afford to take a L.
You
Like,
can't.
I'm talking, but I'm not just saying that for us, because we in our 30s. I'm talking about a 16, 17-year-old kid now can't afford to take L's. When we were 16, 17 years old, we could. You can't take a big L at 16, 17. It would ruin your life for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's how serious the world has gotten. Like, no, you're not allowed to be a kid and just take L's. You can't do that no more.
You really can't. For example, girls in my high school, we only had MySpace and Facebook. Okay, my age group is the group that pioneered Facebook. That's where we start. And when their nudes got leaked on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? It was no problem. Never thought about it again. It's
Never
go
pop
away
up
in
again.
3 months. Never see it again. You may see it in your memory or something like that if you were tagged. You have the risk at 16. If your news get posted, them bitches going viral.
Because your social status don't have an age on it no more.
It doesn't.
Kids can be millionaires. Kids can go viral. So that's the same as.
So 16-year-olds and those cannot take an L at this age. No, you just can't.
At first, it was just black males couldn't. Now it's both.
Yeah.
Black girls cannot catch an L. At 16 to 25, if you slipped and did some shit you had no business for the clicks or for the likes, or maybe somebody was bullying you, oh, best believe that she's gonna show up when you're 32.
Hey, wow.
You gonna try to go for
Like
it.
the
The wrong
pictures.
nigga record you.
Oh, man.
She's
Send the
done.
wrong
She's
picture.
done. A girl at FAMU, she was graduating. She took a picture, a nude picture, in front of their legendary, I can say legendary statue. Yeah. And it went viral. Everybody talking about it, like everybody. And so now she's at the point where they're talking about taking away her degree from her because she still is technically enrolled, so she can get expelled. And she's like, if I got to go down, some of these professors going down too. She doesn't come back from that.
Oh, why you can't just take
And that was her
yourself?
decision. And that was her post. It was her graduation photos.
Damn, come on.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she
Why
can't
she
come
doing
back.
like that?
The question
And
is,
I think her degree, she can only be a teacher. I think.
yeah, she was a
God
counselor, yeah.
She won't be able to be
But
a teacher or a counselor.
on this
She's gotta go
campus-
back and go get
Why
something
was
else.
that even her thought to do?
That's what everybody was saying. You know, you're not supposed to be naked on the
What the
campus, and you
fuck?
took photos
Why was she
documenting that you was
Why was she
naked.
posting?
Edited
That
pictures.
has something
Why
to
was
do.
she posting?
She posted it.
Why would she
Well,
post
you post your graduation photos.
No,
Well,
No,
I would've
no,
posted that.
I would have posted that one.
Yeah.
What about you? She had other photos. She looked great. She
Yeah.
had the fro with the family sweater on. I was like, oh, mama look good. Like we had the conversation about not leaving to imagination. Once she showed that naked photo, I did my typical look and was no longer interested in her completely. Why? You went nude for what?
For
For
what?
For what? Mind
She
you,
was
her
beautiful
photo
without
with the varsity like Letterman college sweater on with the fro and the tight jeans. Oh man, that's damn. But
Did it for the likes.
Yep.
Did it for the likes.
You good to look at, sister, but I'm not interested. And now she want to sit there and say, take these professors too.
She's nude, like completely naked.
It's ass. It's
all
ass. Damn, Lance, why we say it
My
the
bad.
same
I
way
just-
like that? Though?
she-
We
that-
said the same time.
What she was expressing in the
It's
photo,
completely her backside with like a little bit.
I
side.
get the concept, but you just picked the wrong place and at the wrong time, and you pushing the wrong thing. She could have.
She could have took that nude picture. She
But
could
that
have
also-
posted it.
That also lets you
Would've
know
been
that ain't
no
her first
problem.
nude picture.
That's
It
not.
also lets you know that she's probably did something worse than that.
And
It
she went
also lets you-
viral
Like that's
because of the location she was at. If she took it with her cap on, like she had it on, and somewhere else,
It would have been fine.
it would've
It's
been
because she
fine.
did it on campus. She did it on campus.
so she had a lot of steps to make this L.
And because of
like
her,
that.
now campus is redoing their protocols. Now everybody got to register all this and do all these other things just to take photos on campus. Now because somebody just had to go, like you said, push the envelope and try and test somebody. And this is a historically black college too. It's like everybody named mom know better, but everybody and their mom that went to an HBCU done shit they ain't got no business doing. But they know not to do it on camera. This new generation, like we just said, especially for these girls, because the way the world harp on women and things they trying to do for just fun or going through that phase, it's almost unforgiving.
Yeah.
It's hard. I get it. I will never understand because I'm not a woman at all. But with us guys, 9 times out of 10, we know we should record certain shit because the system had rode our ass so hard, so long that we kind of been beaten into shape. It's still bad, a little worse, but trust me, it ain't 1980 and 99 bad. So because of that condition, we know, don't record this. Don't be out here recording you doing something stupid with girls because all that shit is underage anyway. So you still can go to jail. You could take a selfie yourself naked, send it to somebody, and that's child pornography. You busted.
Absolutely.
It's a wrap. And you, honestly, you just being a kid, but because you did it, regardless if you know or not, here, now you registered as a sex offender.
Yep.
And like you said, you done for 10 years. 10 years, you screwed. You can't even go to school, you done. Now these girls are getting it. Now you got a cute little selfie of yourself, and it's just a 2-piece, and you send it. Child pornography, it's a wrap. You go to college, like the poor little girl over at Howard, came across them cues we was talking about. Poor girl just getting the kiss on, getting licked up, doing typical stuff that everybody know that they do at college, but because now we're in this era, it went viral.
Yep.
Now to me, that's not new. It's typical shit.
That's what you see everywhere.
But since school has been opened up now, since post-COVID, oh man, look at that. And that guy that's an Omega is never going to get the scrutiny that sister's going to get. Is it fair? Hell no. It's worse for her because her shit is suicidal bad. He just being an Omega, he being a male. Now mind you, she was willing, but because she over here kissing up with the homie,
I mean, you can look at the comments. She just gonna let a random nigga put his tongue down her throat. She just let any cute fucking kiss her. And it's like the Q was kissing her too.
thank you. Like,
She's a freshman at that. This nigga got letters. He got to at least be a sophomore.
like I'm sitting here looking like, I mean, all right, yeah, that's HBCU. I didn't think none of it. Then I read the comment. Oh, man,
Crucifies.
this sister gonna have to transfer, bro.
I'm like, then somebody was like, plot twist. Maybe that's his girlfriend for real.
Nah,
and everybody was
nah,
like,
nah.
hell, it was like 100 responses underneath dudes coming
Like,
alone. It was
Nah,
crazy.
they pick up chicks for free like that, man.
Yeah.
Nice try, bro. Nice try, but no, that's how they roll. But at the end of the day, it's not the fact that it's common. It's just it's unfair that sister's gonna damn near have to transfer.
Yeah.
You want to have a good time and probably streak across the campus. Cool. I hope they don't see your face. Because if the college don't get you first because you embarrassed the campus, because nobody likes bad PR, we're never gonna leave you alone. You was that one running around naked. Oh, you was the one jumping in the pond.
You was that girl?
You was the girl just sucking that dude dick like that. Oh man.
I seen that.
It was bad. When I was in college, I was talking to her about one of our drum majors who did porn, and his video went viral, but it was gay porn. And on campus, he wasn't. It just went everywhere.
Nah, not on campus. He wasn't.
On campus,
Come
he wasn't.
on, man.
And I'm like, you lead drama. No, it's shit like that.
Life is fucked up. Society, really. All right, let's see. What are our closing
To
statements?
remind
for
you, I
this
wasn't in the
segment?
band.
Hey, look, to me,
So, what's your closing statements?
I don't have no closing statements. Man, so
that video went down.
emotional. I'm gonna talk about this till I'm blue in the face.
Yeah.
It's the emotions of like people, like the decisions that we make as individuals are all based off of emotions. Nobody's thinking. Nobody's sitting back actually taking a woosah moment. Nobody's doing anything but just reacting off of the emotion. And then when the consequences come, now you want everybody to have mercy on you. And to be honest, I personally don't. Because we got to get out of those emotional statements. We're in emotional situations. We're grown. Like, we grown. I'm not talking about kids right now. I'm talking about adult motherfuckers. To make emotional decisions and you 22, 32, 42, 52 years old, shame on you, man. Shame on you. Stop letting your emotions run you crazy, would be my closing thoughts. Stop letting your emotions get you out of situations that you can't get out of. Stop letting your emotions get you in situations where it's going to take 10, 20 years for you to get out of. Because that's what's happening. It's all emotions. Nobody's thinking anymore. We're just doing shit. To go and take a picture nude in front of a whatever, you had plenty of time. You had time when you took your clothes off to think, is this right? You had time when you sat there and made your pose. Damn, is this right? Then you had time to, even before you posted, to say, damn, should I post this? Like, you've had multiple times to think and say, damn, this is going to get this if I do this. You had multiple times before you go into a Glendale Park to decide that you want to do this. You got the time when you're pulling up to the park. You got the times when you turn off the car. You got the times when you start taking off your clothes. You got the times when they flash the lights on you. Like, you have like, we're not thinking. Everything that we're doing out here is strictly off emotions. And then we want to come back and want to ask for grace and mercy and forgiveness and everything else after we've done it. But I don't have any for you, because the reality of it is that you had time to think and you chose not to. And for that, take your L, like my boy Lance said. Take your L and move on, because that's what it is.
What about you, Mr. Lance?
Even take apart what he said. Your reality isn't your faith. Most people have a lot of faith or spiritual things that are very forgiving. Reality is not forgiving. Reality is not forgiving. It's not going to forget. And as we go into this digital era, outside of the atrocities Black folks experience, the world's really been the same. We just have cameras now.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel. You feel it. It's more. It's not. It's the exact same stuff. And it's just, we're recording it and we're seeing it in live color. And everybody's think that this forgiveness is going to be something you're going to get, that you were taught somewhere at some church or some home where it's okay, we'll forget. Nah, there's a victim in every story, player.
Life doesn't forgive.
And how you think I feel if you do something hard to me and everybody else forgive you and I'm stuck. I'm not trying to say you need to suffer forever, but if we're going to do this based off feelings, what about mine? And even if you take my feelings out of this story, how dare you think that you could be forgiven for something that you didn't get chastised for just because you said you were sorry? Was you sorry when you was doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I don't do that. Everybody got that. This second chance stuff is real cool. And I'm for second chances after you earn it. I don't believe nobody getting a second chance for free. Not for free. Especially when you do something real bad. It's not. So I'll say that it's the same. You're just seeing a lot more of it because everybody can't help but record the nastiness of how people really are. There's more photo, visual documentation of how nasty we are than ever before since we've started this American experience. We ain't black and white photos of slaves getting beat or Indians getting killed now. We got live footage of people doing stupid shit. And it's always been there. You just seen it now. So you're going to catch an L. The funny part is you're going to record it now because you want likes.
Okay. For me, I feel like society make a bunch of rules, a lot of rules, and I would hope in our future our conversation change from the dynamics of male and female to the position of adulting and what's childlike. I feel like the things we debate and trying to gather our solutions for is things we supposed to already had as adults: communication, accountability, emotional intelligence, understanding for other people, period. I feel like we're discussing things we should have developed as adults. And I would like for our society or for our cultural vocabulary is to educate ourselves on what type of adult you would want to be within this society. Since society is changing anyway, what person would you be? What rules and standards would you structure for yourself? What is your morals? What's ethically sound for you? I feel like those solutions individually will help us have a better collective conversation, if that makes sense. I feel like I had to tie a bunch of conversations together, and it just seemed like we're being led by rules and regulations that we're unaware of. And because we are a culture and we want to communicate and have, families and things, we develop things that you would deem okay, what you would deem okay, what I think is okay, and develop a thing. But that wouldn't make me feel like an adult or a decent person. It made me feel like I'm following somebody's perception of what our culture should look like. So so what I've gathered from this is that personally, I would want to develop my own adult to share with the world. And that'll be all for me, baby. I'll see y'all next time on Blaq.
Beast.
And that's Lance.
Yeah, this Lance. I know it's so important.